What do you guys see here at the Orange County Courthouse?
Well, here in Orange County, we are seeing quite a number of methamphetamine cases. We call them felony possession of a controlled substance cases. But we are seeing just a tremendous number of meth cases, and that number is growing. It seems exponentially, you know. With each grand jury, we've got more and more meth cases coming down.
And it's not just those narcotics
Right.
cases. There's almost a trickle-down effect.
Right.
How does an addiction impact other crimes?
Well, you know, like I said, I may get cases that are strictly felony possession of a controlled substance, methamphetamine cases. But in reality, when you look at all the other cases on our caseloads, most of them are related to a methamphetamine addiction. We have thefts. We have burglaries of houses. We have, you know, the copper thefts as well. It goes into assaultive offenses, you know, some assaults, family violence cases, or even just regular assaults. Oftentimes are and can be related to some sort of methamphetamine addiction. Some of the sadder cases we're seeing are babies who are born addicted to methamphetamine or positive for methamphetamine in their systems. Or not even just babies born, but children who are also testing positive for methamphetamine. And it's either because they're around their parents who are using it or around other people who are using it, and there's access to methamphetamine. And so we have kids testing positive. So not only you know, do we have those criminal cases, but you know, it goes, the methamphetamine problem also goes into or causes divorces, you know, like I said, family violence, stealing from parents, stealing from other family members, leaving kids behind with a family member, or the kids are being taken by CPS. But everybody's affected, not only our community with people being victims of crime, but children being victims of broken families as a result of methamphetamine use.
If you had a ballpark it on maybe an average week, month you pick, how many cases related to meth do you think you see?
I would say that probably on my caseload, I would think probably about 75 to 80% are going to be related in some way, form, fashion to the methamphetamine problem.
75
I would
to
think
85%.
It's a lot. It's huge, and it's growing. It's growing. You know, we've dealt with so many offenders, whether they are charged with possession of methamphetamine or some offense that they've committed because of their problem. You know, and we've worked with a lot of people on probation. We've tried to get treatment for these different, for people who are on probation and have a methamphetamine problem. And that's a struggle. That's a struggle. You know, it seems that methamphetamine addiction is very, very hard to treat. It's not impossible, but it seems as if the addiction is resistant to treatment. So we have a problem. Do you lock up addicts, and when they get out of prison, they're still addicts? And at the same time, we're spending a lot of money, which is scarce. We've got, you know, our scarce resources we're trying to spend on trying to treat people with a methamphetamine addiction. So we're just kind of in a, you know, a catch-22. It's a difficult spot to be in at this time.
Yeah, and you know, like you said, the choices give this person, you know, treatment, funds limited, beds are limited.
That's right.
It's a problem all over the nation. Or lock up the offender. They still addicted. They come out of, you know, prison still addicted. Right.
Right.
So this is going to be a tough problem to solve.
It is, and the scary thing is, it's just there seem to be more and more and more methamphetamine cases. I remember a time when, you know, years ago, when cocaine was a huge problem. It's rare for me now to see a cocaine case. We've moved into the methamphetamine, the crystal methamphetamine. And another thing that's been interesting to see, now we're having ecstasy pills come back. And the ecstasy pills, once they go to the lab and are analyzed, are showing methamphetamine. So there are different forms of methamphetamine that are in use out on the street. And meth is cheap. Most of the meth that we have on our streets today is coming from Mexico in just by the truckload, really. And it's cheap. It's on every street corner, basically. It's accessible to just about anybody who wants to get it. A lot of times in treatment, people are taught, as a part of treatment, to change their people, places, and things. And with methamphetamine, that's difficult because it's just everywhere. It's easy to find. It's easily available. But like I said, coming from Mexico, really don't have, like we did when meth originally came on the scene, it was being produced oftentimes in labs out in the woods, in remote areas, these makeshift labs and, dangerous labs that were exploding often and had a lot of trouble with, dangerous fumes and poisonous materials used to make this meth. And then it kind of moved from that to mobile meth labs, people driving around in their cars with methamphetamine ingredients and things to make meth with. And then it moved into where they were making it in their houses, in the microwave. But those times have changed. It's too easy and too cheap to get on the street from Mexico.